Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Once again, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, followed by the invocation led by Mr. Ernesto de los Reyes Jr.
Almighty ever-living God, the most merciful and compassionate, we thank you for creation and the life you have given to us. Together, we, people of diverse religions, spiritual expression, and indigenous traditions, who invoke you by different names, humbly pray that you give us the opportunity to encounter each other through dialogue, to reach mutual respect and reciprocal acceptance of each other, and to break down the walls of division that stand at the center of most misunderstandings and conflicts. Make us instrument of your light, love, and peace. Guide us to walk always in your path, and be a source of hope to everyone, so that we may discover your divine presence in each other. Show us the way to harmony and unity, to reach the fullness of human fraternity. Give us the wisdom to discern the truth and to freely choose what is right and just, to make this world a better place to live in. Together, we ask you for the wisdom and the courage to fulfill your will, that all may be one. Amen.
You may all be seated. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the launching of the Green Lanes for Strategic Investments. To formally welcome us to this morning's event and discuss the launching of Executive Order Number 18, Constituting Green Lanes for Strategic Investment, may we call on Secretary Alfredo E. Pascual of the Department of Trade and Industry.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., fellow cabinet members, other colleagues from government, our partners from the business sector, a pleasant morning to all. Welcome to the launch of Executive Order Number 18, Constituting Green Lanes for Strategic Investments. The Philippines is poised to be Asia's next top investment destination. The signs are emerging. Total foreign investments approved for incentives in the first quarter of 2023 amounted to 173 billion pesos, a significant increase from just 9 billion pesos in the same quarter of last year. The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, has embarked on a journey to bring more investments into the Philippines and make doing business easier for our potential investors. His Excellency President Marcos Jr. has become the #1 salesman of the country, promoting our country as an investment destination of choice to prospective investors from across the world. Through investment missions abroad during the past months, our Philippine delegations have generated 3.5 trillion pesos worth of investment leads from Singapore, Indonesia, the United States, Japan, China, Thailand, and Europe. True, we recently liberalized several of our business-related laws and policies. Still, the Marcos Jr. administration noted obstacles in the speedy realization of prospective investments. To be more responsive in addressing the pain points faced by investors in doing business in our country, the President issued Executive Order Number 18, Constituting Green Lanes for Strategic Investments, last 23rd of February 2023. EO Number 18 is a government-wide response to improve the ease of doing business here in our country. The EO is meant to expedite, streamline, and automate government approval and registration processes for priority investments and strategic investments. The strategic investments are those aligned with the Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028. The EO covers all national government agencies, government-owned and controlled corporations, and other government instrumentalities, as well as local government units involved in the issuance of permits, licenses, and certifications or authorizations covering strategic investments. The DTI and the Board of Investments, BOI, were also mandated by the EO number 18 to launch a one-stop action center for strategic investments as a single entry point for all strategic investments. The critical provision of EO number 18 is the simultaneous processing of applications, expediting the often long queue of permits and applications necessary to commence business operations. With this EO, the DTI, through the BOI's One-Stop Action Center for Strategic Investments, we can effectively collaborate with key stakeholders and uphold the current administration's goal of promoting ease of doing business for both local and foreign investors. Mr. President, I am pleased to announce that SunAsia Energy is the first to receive a Certificate of Endorsement for Green Lanes today. SunAsia Energy will set up floating solar panels on Laguna Lake to produce a total of 1.3 gigawatts of electric power. To express their commitment, member agencies of the Investments Promotion Unit Network, or IPU-NET, local government units, or LGUs, and all other government instrumentalities are set to sign the EO number 18 covenant to adopt a whole-of-government approach in implementing ease of doing business. This covenant conveys our joint aspirations to make the Philippines an investment destination of choice. As we all know, the successful and expeditious implementation of investments will translate into more stable and higher-paying jobs for our people without unnecessary delays. We at the DTI and the whole of government are committed to ensuring investors find the Philippines a conducive place for viable and flourishing investments. Thank you to all of you who joined us this morning. With Green Lanes, let's make the Philippines a top investment destination in our region. And let's make it happen in the Philippines. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
The Philippines, rich in natural and human resources, is a premier investment destination. Multinational companies are backed by business-friendly laws. There has never been an easier time to make it happen in the Philippines.
The Executive Order number 18 seeks to address the barriers across multiple regulatory agencies that hamper the entry of foreign direct investments.
That is why His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. issued the Executive Order Constituting Green Lanes for Strategic Investments, or EO-18, last February 23, 2023.
EO number 18 mandates the adoption of strategies that will encourage investors to engage in strategic investments and expedite government transactions. Among these strategies are the following. First, establishment of a one-stop action center for strategic investments, which shall serve as the single point of entry for all projects that qualify as strategic investments. Second, mandatory establishment of green lanes across all government agencies to expedite and streamline the processes and requirements for the issuance of permits and licenses for strategic investments. Third, national government agencies and local government units shall act on the application for the issuance of permit, license, or certification within 3-7-20-day rule under ARTA. Fourth, simultaneous processing of applications for projects endorsed as strategic investments. Fifth, crafting of investors' guidebook containing the list of government requirements for the establishment of strategic investments per sector. And sixth, monitoring and reporting to the Office of the President by the One-Stop Action Center of the progress of the permits and licenses applied for strategic investments.
It brings a whole-of-government approach to ease the barriers across multiple regulatory agencies.
And there has to be just one unit, just one agency that will assist them and then facilitate all of these permits and licenses.
To implement the EO-18 and facilitate green lane services, the One-Stop Action Center for Strategic Investments, or OSAC-C, led by the Board of Investments, serves as the single point of entry for all projects qualified as strategic investments.
With the green lane, the idea of the President was that there has to be a mechanism whereby they could apply simultaneously.
With this, the OSAC-C and the Investments Assistance Service of the Board of Investments, together with our partner national and local government offices, shall uphold the goal of the current administration to promote ease of doing business for our local and foreign investors. Trust that through our strengthened coordination, we shall provide the necessary support to our partners in the business sector to ensure the realization of these investments. There is no better place. There is no better time.
Then we're very happy, we're very thankful for the President for having issued the EO number 18 on February 23, 2023.
Together, let's make it happen here in the Philippines.
At this juncture, may we invite once again Secretary Alfredo E. Pascual to introduce our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you, Department Secretary of the Trade and Industry Department, Secretary Fred Pascal. Please take your seats. The Ambassador of Singapore to the Philippines, Her Excellency Constance C. Sin Yuan, the Interior and Local Government Secretary, Secretary Benhur Abalos, the Presidential Advisor on Investment and Economic Affairs. This must be one of the busiest people in government right now. The Frederick Go, the Anti-Red Tape Authority Director, General Ernesto Perez, who is vying for the most busy person in the government also. Our partners from the private sector. Fellow workers in government, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's with great pleasure to join you all here for the launching of the Green Lanes for Strategic Investments. This makes a significant milestone in our country's journey towards economic prosperity as we strive to make the Philippines a top investment destination. Executive Order number 18 signifies the unwavering commitment of this government to simplify procedures and trim bureaucratic layers to ensure the ease of doing business in our country. We gave this a particular priority because upon listening to our prospective investors, this was one of the areas where they felt we could do better and would improve the investment climate in the Philippines, and that's why we have now undertaken this measure under EO18. Because this will not only strengthen market competition and reduce barriers to investment, but will also serve as a beacon of progress for businesses and for every Filipino, guiding us towards a future of growth, opportunity, and success. The executive order complements the landmark economic reforms made by Congress, including the amendments to laws such as the Public Service Act, the Foreign Investments Act, and the Retail Trade Liberalization Law, to further promote our country as a top investment destination. Furthermore, we live in a global economy, and therefore, we follow the principle that we compete vigorously but cooperate whenever possible. But to compete vigorously with the nations in Southeast Asia, in ASEAN, in Asia, and for that matter, for the rest of the world, we also have to compete in terms of the ease of doing business. The example that I constantly give is some of the permits that are required for certain elements, although ARTA has already reduced the days from a significant number, we look to places like Thailand, we look to places like Vietnam, who are our direct competitors, South Korea, Indonesia. The requirements for investors to come in are completely put our systems in the shade. Whereas some permits take, I'm sure you will recognize when I describe them, that there are some permits that take 36 months to complete. Whereas you go to Thailand, you go to Indonesia, you go to Vietnam, they take 2 weeks to complete. The establishment of a foreign firm in our place, we have reduced it now from 80 days to 20 plus days. Still, we have a ways to go. You go to the countries that I have mentioned, it takes 3 days. And this is why we must do this. This is why if we are to compete on an even basis, which is required because we cannot continue to hide behind protectionist laws and protectionist policies, because no country ever got wealthy by following a protectionist policy. The wealth of a nation is defined by the amount of trade that it has gone. We can look back many centuries, and it has always been trade that has been the key to the wealth of any nation, of any system, of any economic system. So we recognize the efforts of everyone who have helped us craft the order, this executive order. We acknowledge, of course, the members of Congress for being supportive of the administration's agenda to foster a conducive business environment and for ensuring that all of our policies are aligned towards the seamless realization of strategic investments. It is a continuing application of the principle of whole of government response to the continuing challenge of dismantling the obstacles faced by investors whenever they decide to do business here in our country. It is indeed long overdue to have reforms that will not only attract more investment into the country, but will also create an environment conducive to business growth and development. So today, we take a huge leap forward, ushering a new era of efficiency and collaboration within and without government. We envision a future where the Philippines becomes an attractive and competitive hub for business ventures, where enterprises flourish and thrive, and where opportunities await every investor for every Filipino. We aim to achieve this through various measures that include government agencies, establishing the green lane services for the permitting and the licensing of strategic investments. We will create a single point of entry with the creation of Board of Investments One-Stop Action Center, which shall serve as the only entry of all projects qualified as strategic investments. Now, this can be seen. It has been said that this might prove to be a bottleneck, but that is not the idea behind this. The idea behind this is to give our investors, take the load, the bureaucratic load off the potential investors and put that load onto our green lane practitioners. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that instead of a potential investor having to do all the legwork to find the documentary requirements, go to this office, and we have heard all the stories where you go to one office and they say, well, you know, we can only sign 3 of these documents, you require 28. So you have to go now to another office. So you will go to the other office and they'll say, this is fine, but we can only do so much. You have to go to another, and this goes on and on and on. And to the point that some investors give up and say this is not worth the trouble, there's too much cost involved. The ROI on this, the cost-benefit analysis on this has become untenable. And so when we say that there will be one avenue, one lane, one green lane, is that we establish a system whereby our potential investors will go to the DTI, will go to ARTA, will go to wherever the appropriate department is. That department will then take on that load and say, whenever you have we will be the ones to call our counterparts in the other departments. We will go there, get the documentary requirements, get the signatures that are needed, and anytime that you have a problem, you come to one person. You have one person, one agency that you will talk to, and we will take care of it from our end. Because when it's often not clear how the system works. Even for us Filipinos, we do not, sometimes we feel that the rules are so complex that it is very hard to comply. You try very hard, but again, at every instance, at every turn, there is always a problem. They will say, well, you forgot to bring this, you forgot to bring that document, you forgot to get the clearance, forgot to, and the foreign investor says we didn't know that was necessary. So we in the government know what is necessary. So let us take that load off the investor. Let us take that load off the business sector and take it on, because that is the role of government, is to handle all these bureaucratic procedures, not so that we delay and we open opportunities for corruption, for wastage. Instead, we are doing now the opposite, where we are streamlining all of this, and that is for a serious investor to come in, they will talk to one department. That department, they will be assigned a single person who will be their, shall we say, who will be their handler in terms of getting all the necessary requirements, legal, documentary, bureaucratic, whatever it is, so that the investor knows where they stand and what else they need to do. And so that is a general idea behind these green lanes. And that, I think, is a big step towards our fostering this idea of making the ease of doing business something that becomes more attractive to potential investors. So it is good that we are launching the e-Invest, which is an online platform for investors to submit applications to operate in the country, where they can also be granted a provisionary permit to operate while waiting for their applications to be processed and approved. Moreover, it will facilitate the simultaneous processing of applications of national government agencies and local government units for permits and for licenses. We will enable electronic submission of applications for and the issuance of clearances, permits, payments, certifications, amongst other documentary requirements. We understand that time is of the essence for our investors and our entrepreneurs. Thus, a streamlined bureaucracy will ensure that our processes are efficient, transparent, and responsive to the needs of these potential investors. We will not stop there, though. The entire government is committed to realize the vision of making it happen in the Philippines. The Board of Investments has already partnered with 36 agencies on putting on the fast track approvals of permits and the resolution of concerns, particularly for identified strategic investments. We will continue to closely monitor the performance of these processes in order to track our progress and identity. And we will see the areas for continuous improvement, even as we continue to pursue other projects and endeavors that will make the Philippines an even more fertile ground for investment. I'm confident that the green lanes will pave the way for the realization of many pledges that we have had, including those that I have personally received whilst abroad, ensuring that they will bear fruit for our people and our nation. So join me now as we welcome this new endeavor and the new investments that will come, and to realize the full potential of our country to build a strong, dynamic, and resilient economy for every Filipino. Thank you very much. Mabuhay po tayong lahat at magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We will now have a photo opportunity with the President. Kindly proceed on stage once called. We would like to call on the SunAsia officials right now to please proceed on stage. Once again, we'd like to call on the officials from SunAsia. Please proceed to the stage for our photo op with the President. And now we would like to call on the officials from the Investments Promotion Unit Network to please be on standby right here on the right side of the stage. We would like to call on the officials from the Investments Promotion Unit Network to please be on standby right here on the side of the stage. Thank you. Thank you so much, our officials from SunAsia. Thank you so much. And now we would like to call on the officials from Investments Promotion Unit Network for your photo op. And also, we would like to call on the officials from the DTI Board of Investment and One Stop Action Center for Strategic Investments to be on standby right here on the right side of the stage, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, our officials from Investments Promotion Unit Network. And now we would like to call on the officials from the DTI Board of Investment and One Stop Action Center for Strategic Investments. Please proceed to the stage for your photo op. And now we would also like to call on the member agencies of the Investment Promotion Unit Network to be on standby on the right side of the stage, please. Thank you. Thank you so much to the officials from the DTI Board of Investment and One Stop Action Center for Strategic Investments. Now we would like to call on the member agencies of the Investment Promotion Unit Network to please proceed to the stage for your photo op. And now we would like to call on the officials from other government agencies to please proceed to the right side of the stage, please, for your photo op. Thank you. Thank you so much to the member agencies of the Investment Promotion Unit Network. And now, last but not least, we would like to call on the officials from other government agencies to please proceed on stage for your photo op. Thank you. Thank you so much to all our officials who shared a photo op with the President and all our other VIPs on stage. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for gracing this momentous event. It is inspiring to see the initiatives and actions of the administration in making the Philippines a top investment destination. Once again, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We would like to request everyone to please remain in your respective places until the President has left the venue. Once again, we would like to request everyone to please remain in your respective places until the President has left the venue. Thank you.